She is an entrepreneur, CEO of Gamechanger Marketing. We have Captain Ondego. She flies. Actually, I've heard that you were the first person, the first female Kenyan pilot to do the Dreamliner, or am I getting it wrong?
No, you're getting it completely wrong. I'm down the line.
There's a label that you were given that makes you very unique. You know what? The point is, unaendeshanga ndege. Karibu sana. And then we have conservationist Dr. Paula Kahumbu. We've only been seeing you on TV, reading you in newspapers, but you're actually here telling us an amazing story. But before we get back to the questions, we do have another WhatsApp message coming through as well. Morning K24, congratulations to those lovely women. They all have encouraging messages. I salute them. This is Keeping a Teach from Bomet. All right, thank you very much, Keeping a Teach. Clearly getting all the love. We have another one. One thing to appreciate is that women are the vision bearers, but men aren't ready to come into terms with this. I have seen women develop their families in these small chamas they get involved in. I'm looking forward when we will one day rather have a woman president. That's when Kenya will rise to another level. Where? Nice. Good morning. Wow, I am motivated by those ladies, especially the captain. Girl power. Go girl power. Okay. El Capitan. See, you've inspired a young girl there. She's probably going to become a pilot, or that's even, amazing. You know, take her daughter to some flights. And we have, hey, I'm Steve from Rwaka. I celebrate the achievement so much. It's a great thing seeing women doing great things, and actually, some do it better than men. I agree. She can fly a plane better than I can. Yes. For sure. I can't fly a plane. We have another one. Good job, Patricia Mbatia. You remind me of Phyllis Omido of Center for Justice with the case of Owino Uhuru lead poisoning. Bravo. Okay. All right. Sawa. Oh, okay. We have another one. Hello, Mbuvi. I am Zedaida from Embu. Mbuvi, I am a woman, but I don't think it's true that what a man can do, a woman can do better. Just look at the counties led by women. They are a mess. E.g., Kirinyaga, it's a whole mess. Things we don't even want to think of. Health workers have been sacked. Employees have not been paid. I don't want to talk about women. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, sir. Zedaida, we hear you loud and clear. Captain, let me come to you. You've been mentioned. Sorry? Okay, we have a phone call. Sorry, guys. We have Hillary on the phone. Hillary, good morning. Hillary, habari yako?
Salama kabisa.
What is your question or comment, sir? Hillary? Okay, we've lost Hillary. Hillary, kindly call us back. We'd like to hear your sentiments on this particular topic. But, Captain, people are saying, let's go actually to Zedaida. Zedaida said that, you know, what a man can do, a woman cannot necessarily do better. And she's mentioned, you know, some of the political playing fields that we've seen. What do you think probably is the problem?
I believe that everybody has a talent. And that talent does not decide whether it's a man or a woman.
True.
Right? And it's about encouraging that person about how to get to their talent, how to get to their goals, how to achieve them, and how to be better. In terms of whether a woman can do a job better than a man, for me, it's about the person, right? About how the opportunities they got, the encouragement they got, how they were able to push forward. And by us being here, we're giving those young girls the opportunity, the vision to see they can push the barriers, go forward, do things better. That's how I would say a woman does a job better,
right,
in terms of encouraging. We are encouraging, just like our fathers encouraged the sons, the daughters, you know, that's our job.
Okay. Yes. All right. Dr. Paula, at least for you, you said something when we were on the break, and it's in regards to one of the callers, Joshua, and you were saying, it's not a matter of, you know, men being given, you know, the opportunity, or women being given equality, you know, and you mentioned something about, you know, oppression and I think prestige or something, privilege rather. Probably you could just emphasize that for the audience.
Okay, a couple of things first. Can I add to something that she just added?
Please,
she just said that you know, this idea that when women fail, when one woman fails, all women have failed.
Right.
This is something we need to get out of that kind of language. Last night, a man set fire to a dormitory. it was not published and raised as a political thing that men are all bad. No, it was a student,
yes.
and that was how it was positioned, not a man. I think we need to be very careful about saying all women are bad because some women are bad. And as citizens of this country, it is our duty to hold our leaders to account. All men and all women. If that man or that woman did not hold her leader to account, then she has to take part of that responsibility. So that's one thing. The other thing, that the comment from Joshua saying that women, was it Joshua or the other one?
Joshua,
Joshua,
about
exactly. Equality, exactly.
And what a woman can do.
I think we see this in many spheres where there has been a group that has been underprivileged or held back for a long time. We see it with marginal communities, we see it with race, and we see it with gender. Whenever we try to bring up equality by intentionally providing more attention to a group, whether it's youth, women, poor people, people with handicaps, we always see people seeing that as oppression. Because if I've been privileged and now I have to take a back seat and allow someone to come up, it looks like oppression to me. And that's the problem that we see everywhere. You see it in America with black race issues. And my view is that, you know, the future cannot be that only half of this country does everything. Men cannot run Kenya on their own.
I agree.
More than half of the population are women, right? And this country can do 10 times better when both men and women work together on equal terms. It's not about women should get better or women can do better. It's when we bring our talents together, we can achieve something which is unexpected and could not be possible by one group on its own. And you mentioned empathy. Yes, women may have a different way of approaching empathy because of the way we're raised, or because of, maybe it could be our hormones, I'm not sure, but when you combine that with the strengths of men and the strengths of women, you can end up with the most successful companies. And we've seen this in Rwanda. Look how that country is taking off because of this lack of tolerance that women are different from men, that women actually are on par with men.
Okay.
I think that's what we should aspire to.
Good stuff. Patricia, coming back to you in regards to the whole mentorship thing, because you see, if we're talking about having leaders of tomorrow, then that means that we need to start, you know, taking care of them now. If it's mentorship, we need to start mentoring them now. Do you think as a country we are even putting that emphasis as far as mentorship is concerned, or even Fika Mahali, because of the troubles that we're facing, everyone is for themselves?
I think there's a lot of effort being put into mentorship by different people in different ways. I sit in many different groups, and sometimes I see people calling out for people who want to be mentored and actually putting their time aside to do that. I work for Safaricom for the Blaze program, and it's all about being your own boss, but the baseline of it is mentorship and empowerment of youth. And I've seen the power of that. Sometimes you're stuck in a box and you don't know what to do, and someone comes and tells you, this is what I did, these are the steps I took. Perhaps it is a path that you would like to take. And it just opens up your eyes to possibility, which I think is what we're trying to discuss here. We're not saying that one gender is better than the other. We're just saying that allow everybody to have opportunity and allow them to find their passion and then do their most. So I find that mentorship allows people to actually break out of that box, have a new way of thinking. And when we put together our mentor list for the Be Your Own Boss Blaze campaign, we actually have a medley of men and women. And nobody is better than the other. They just have their truth, and they just have their way to guide different people. So mentorship is very important. And perhaps, yes, we need to do more mentorship for our leaders in the country. More mentorship for everybody. Mentorship for women, mentorship for men, you know, so that we can all rise together. We're not trying to say that one side is better than the other. We're just trying to say, give all sides an equal opportunity
and let's see what
to bring what they can to the party. And let people bring their passions, their capabilities, their, you know, the things that they can do, and let them come together, and, you know, you'll see the magic. In my organization, I actually make sure I have a balance. And it's very deliberate, because there's amazing things that different personalities and different people bring to the party.
When you
the
say
quiet
balance,
one,
do you mean like 50-50?
No.
Okay.
I mean that, first of all, it's about, like I said, we have 3 values. You need to be selfless, you need to be tireless, and you also need to be fearless. But most importantly, because I'm in a creative space, you need to be creative. So, it doesn't matter who you are. If you come and you're bringing that to the party, if you're a man, if you're a woman, whoever you are, bring it.
Okay.
Yeah? But we give the opportunity. The opportunity is there. So that's all we're saying, that allow the opportunity to be there. Sometimes you grow up without role models. You don't have people that you can look up to and say, wow. I grew up seeing people like Patricia Idao, flourishing and soaring in the marketing space. So of course there's no limit to what you can do as a woman in the marketing space. But is that something that we can say across the board in all categories?
Not necessarily.
So it's about opportunity and visibility and mentorship and allowing people to see that path for everybody. If you're a girl and you're sitting and you want to be a scientist, or you want to be a conservationist, or you want to be a pilot, or whatever you want to be, let there not be an invisible barrier that says, but you're a girl, you can't. Because sometimes there are those invisible barriers. And maybe it's us women who can see those barriers. Yeah? Okay. But there are other people also seeing them. And it's about removing the barrier and allowing that opportunity.
All right. I understand we also have a question, a comment rather, on WhatsApp. Let's see. Hi, my name is Valentine Jemutai, and I'd like to be part of the Wildlife Conservancy. How can I join? All right. We're getting to that question in a minute, Valentine. Captain, I wanted to ask you something in regards to all those things that she has said. You know, equality and inclusiveness and people being given equal opportunities and all that. In your field, is it difficult for women to get to the level that you've gotten there so clearly. I mean, you had to have taken a path, but is it difficult? Is it hard?
It's not only difficult for women, it's difficult for men. Piloting is a very demanding job, and you have to have your strengths. You have to have your skills. It has to be a passion. It does not discriminate between male and female. So for you to climb the ranks, you do what you need to do, and if you've passed, then you move on. It does not discriminate against females or males. Why people see it in that way is because we have very few females in aviation as pilots.
All right.
And maybe that's the reason why people would think that women are being held back. As well, as I said, we're women, we're wives, we are mothers, we have also other responsibilities that we have to carry forward. And as I said, it's a challenging job because you're always out of the country, and you have your son's soccer game that you missed, or a dance recital that you missed, and as a woman being nurturing, it pains you, but you're doing what you love. You're doing your job, and so you create a balance. It's hard, but you create a balance.
Okay, Daktari, Valentine Jemutai wants to know how they can actually get involved with conservation.
Well, there are actually dozens of conservation organizations in Kenya. I think we are the hub of conservation in all of Africa. So there are many, many organizations, and I would say do some research online. Find out which organizations are out there. And if you were trained, definitely ask for an internship with any of those organizations. But get a sense of what you like to do. Many organizations allow volunteering. I would say the Kenya Wildlife Service. They do volunteering at the Nairobi headquarters. There's the National Museums of Kenya. You can also volunteer there, because most conservation organizations who are in the field doing work in the wild, they want somebody who has already demonstrated some commitment and some ability to be out in the wild. It isn't everyone's cup of tea. I've taken colleagues out, and the moment when we were filming one of our episodes, we got stuck in the bush and we had to camp in the wild. And there were scorpions running around and strange insects that bite and sting, and there were lions roaring and hyenas. And
this is literally smack in the middle of the wild. No protection, no fences, electric fences. Because, I mean, I've been to Masai Mara, Amboseli and Samburu, but within the lodges, and it's protected.
Exactly. So if you haven't had any experience in the wild, those things can be terrifying. And you won't sleep at night because you'll be thinking that lion sounds like it's right at my doorstep. In fact, it's not. It's probably kilometers away. So getting that experience And joining youth groups, especially if you're a young person, join those youth groups that do these incredible works. Within every university has an environmental or a wildlife club. They go out and they do cleanups. They do trips into the parks. They volunteer in all kinds of ways. That's a really amazing, amazing place. But I would say there's one organization that if you're serious about the science part of conservation, join Nature Kenya. Nature Kenya is based at the Nairobi Museum. And they take on hundreds and hundreds of young people and they train them. For example, every Wednesday, they go out bird watching and they've trained almost all of Kenya's native bird watchers. We are talking about ornithologists. These are specialists who have now turned their careers into guiding for tourism and making a living out of it. But they were trained just by going out every Wednesday with some guys, a couple of binoculars, learning about the birds of Nairobi. You'd be amazed. Nairobi is the world's capital for birds. We have over 500 species of birds here.
Wow.
So we have this incredible opportunity, so many organizations, lots of friends of different national parks, Nairobi Park, friends of Naivasha, friends of Nakuru, friends of Tsavo, friends of the coastal parks. So you can join any of those friends of groups as well. And what would I say? Network with experts. But take time. It takes time. It's not something that you're going to wake up and say, oh, today I want to be a conservationist. It doesn't work that way.
What about with Hands Off for Elephants and probably Wildlife Direct? Can I come?
Yes, absolutely. Every year we organize what's called the Global March for Elephants, rhinos, and other endangered species like pangolins. And we take thousands of young people who come and join us. Hundreds of people come in as volunteers. We train them and we go out and we do a march and we do education. We also, through our education program, we have opportunities for interns and volunteers to help us to engage with children. So, for example, every semester we take children into the national park, sometimes hundreds of kids. And we have volunteers who come out with us. But again, you need to have a certain personality if you're going to be working with kids. We're going to train you, and then you work with the kids in the wild. But we want children to be curious and adventurous. So we need people who are curious and adventurous
as well
to join us. It's no good thinking I'll figure it out when I get there. We want people who already have it innate in them. They are observant, they're curious, they're adventurous, they take risks, and they are going to inspire this other generation of kids and teachers, because we train teachers. So there are so many different opportunities and so many different backgrounds that could be brought into conservation. We like photography and filmmaking as well. So I would say write to us, info@wildlifedirect.org. Ask us. We've positioned many young people in different organizations and different locations where you can volunteer physically with animals or volunteer in an office setting. You know, wherever your talent is, so long as you're talented and hardworking and all of the values you said, that's exactly what we want, right? We want people to be creative, hardworking, fearless, passionate, definitely. Then,
if you like
to work hard.
If you like bullfighting with a buffalo, please let us know. We shall definitely put you in touch. With
but don't come to work for us if you don't want to wake up at, be in the field at 7 a.m. Sometimes we get young people who are like, I'm a millennial. And I'm
I can't wake up at 7,
I'm a millennial. No, let me come in when I want to come in. So, if that's the case, great. There are certain careers where
you can do that.
But it doesn't work in this field.
You can be a music producer for sure. All right. Let's take a look at a couple of messages as well on WhatsApp and as we move on. Morning. I'm so proud of the lady who did education and is now in the marketing industry. I've also done education and I have passion in marketing. Kindly hook up for mentorship. I would be happy about that to testify that as a woman I made it. This is Phoebe or Dara. Okay, we'll share their contacts at the end of this broadcast. We also have, hey, good work, great conversations we are having there. My question is there a time or age limit to be mentored? This is Esther S. Captain, let me ask you that question on behalf of Esther. Is there an age limit?
Never. Never. Even when you think you've reached the glass ceiling, there's always more opportunity to learn, to be mentored, let alone mentor others. There's always something new to learn. You have to be open to knowledge. You have to be open to a growing industry. You have to be open to new societies.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. I'm liking this whole situation of having different career women here. And there's something you mentioned about being a mother, and I'll ask Patricia about that situation. Being a mother, and a wife, and a sister, and God knows what else, a CEO, a boss. Does it get intimidating sometimes? Especially, you know, I don't know if you're married or you were married before, whatever situation it is. Is it difficult for men to actually just interact with you because they're looking at you thinking, oh my God, this is an alpha woman? If when you walk into a boardroom, men will be like, wow, 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 sasa hawa ni wale wa kiherehere.
I won't touch on that because I think Paul, those kind of words.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You know, the women, for example, if a captain walked into a meeting, I'd probably start sweating because I'd be like, sasa huyu nitamwambia nini? I'm just a, you know, TV presenter. You know, Patricia, do you ever get those kinds of vibes?
No, happily I don't get those kind of vibes. I think I have a warm and welcoming personality. So I don't think anybody really feels intimidated, and I go out of my way never to do that because it really doesn't help anybody. I'm all those things you said. A sister, a wife, a mother, everything. So of course you have to do all this prioritizing, and every day has its own priority. Sometimes your children are your priority, and that's just what the priority is for the day. Sometimes it is work, and that is a priority. I don't know if there's ever really a day that you're completely happy with the balance, where you can say, I have balanced everything. Because sometimes, you know, it's not a balance, it's a choice, and you have to choose the priority of the day.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Captain, do you ever get intimidating? I know we said we shall reserve some of these words for another time, but sometimes even in the flight deck, maybe you're there with a male colleague, and I don't know if captains just dish out orders in the flight deck, but does it ever get a bit weird, maybe awkward?
I don't know about weird.
Yeah.
I grew up in a household with 4 boys.
Okay.
So I'm able to manage quite well. But you do have instances where you have a young fella come in, look at me, think of my size, and think, oh, like, you know, I can handle her.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That excites me because that's
so
when
like, we're going to fly this plane upside down and see what you will do.
and that's it. I don't need to show him anything. I don't need to prove anything to him. I got here because of my achievements, because of working hard.
Merit.
I got here because I know my job. So I don't need to do anything. All I do is sit back and tell him, please,
this is
run the show. And definitely at one point or another, he will need me.
Yeah.
He will need to consult me because I got here with experience.
Yeah.
There's just some things I know he won't know or she won't know because they're first officers.
Ikisha mafuta anakuita.
You know, and I let them ride their egos until when they bring themselves down.
Yeah, they're like,
I won't do it for them.
Yeah.
They will bring it down, and then they will realize that I'm not a female. I'm not small. I'm not pretty.
Yeah.
I'm the captain of
this plane. You better realize, recognize. Okay. You have one more message on WhatsApp. Let's take a look as we sign off. Hey, Mbuvi, I am Pitson. Now, I do think having 50/50 equality towards flourishing is key because let's be realistic. These people are good managers. I have witnessed that in my organization. Thank you. All right. I can hear Shiko Kaitani saying, yes, Shiko. Like, I was going to invite you, but clearly you've invited yourself.
Yeah, she's managing the show.
Yeah. I think, look how I manage the two of you. This is why the show is successful. I know you don't admit it, but I think it's time, guys. I think it's time.
Actually, you're waiting for this particular moment. This is the moment you wanted to say, Shiko, it's all because of you. You managed to do this every single day.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Thank you very much, El Capitan, and of course, Patricia. Asante na sana. How can folks at home reach you? Do you have a public forum where they can actually reach for, especially the ones that want mentorship?
Yeah, Instagram, my website, gamechangermarketing.co.ke.
Okay.
I welcome to mentor people. Okay. I actually really do. So reach out to me on my Instagram.
Captain, anyway, young girls, and even young men like Jeff here wants to fly. How they can reach you to just, get that mentorship?
For me, it would be via our union, CALPA. You can write in calpa.org and we'll see our best how to place you.
All right. Yeah, just because hii story ya kuendeshanga tu pikipiki hapa uache. At least upgrade today. I have heard. I shall talk to Paula. Okay. Daktari, thank you very much. You did mention earlier that we can reach you via Wildlife Direct and Hands Off Our Elephants and all these other places we can definitely get in touch with you for that boost just to get into the industry. Thank you very much, guys at home, for watching as well. Jeff Mote, probably you can tell us what's coming up next.
Of course, the Daily Brief coming up next. Shiksha, Aurora, Samuel, Njoroge taking hold from here up until 12:30. A couple of breaking stories that they'll be following up on, as well as more committees appear before the BBI steering committee to give their views in terms of validation as far as that's concerned. But we are done. We're back tomorrow bright and early at 6.
Okay, before we say goodbye, there is a challenge for Captain Bovi. Someone in our, what do you call it, flight deck?
Flight deck.
And someone in our flight deck.
You mean the gallery?
Yes, our gallery. Says they want to hear Captain tell us how she signs out and welcomes her passengers when they just landed.
Okay, Captain.
Yes.
Over to you.
So we're flying from Nairobi.
We've just landed.
We've just landed in Nairobi. Oh, wow. That isn't putting me on the spot, but I would say we're coming into Nairobi. Welcome to Nairobi. Weather in Nairobi. I hope you have a pleasant day. And we thank you for flying Kenya Airways. Okay.
We thank you for flying K24.
Bye.